Hi there, I'm Drew Badger, the world's #1 English fluency guide, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to another advanced listening practice lesson. Well, I wanted to, this is just kind of a quick story. I was mentioning about me training in a pool not that long ago in this series. I think in the previous video, actually, depending on when I release these. But anyway, I was talking about being in a pool, and so this is kind of a story lately that happened to me, but so I have a tattoo. If you didn't know that already, you probably didn't know that, but it's on my left shoulder. I guess maybe I can put that in the video somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'll I don't know. Do you want to see my tattoo? You'd be interested in that? I don't know. It's kind of difficult to show it, I guess, but let me see if I can pull it up over here. There you go. So this is a tattoo. You can see I got kind of a bad suntan as well, but this is a American cartoon called Calvin and Hobbes, and I've had it since college, and it represents trying to think of the best way to express it. It's like adventure, basically. So always going out and trying new things and seeing what happens. So this is just a tattoo, and tattoos are maybe not the most popular thing here in Japan. They're associated with the mafia. So typically, maybe a foreigner, not so much, but if I'm going to a public bath, I usually have to put some kind of Band-Aid on my back. And I went to the pool that I go to do exercising near my home. I had forgotten recently to put the Band-Aid on before I went there, and so I came and I said, I have to go back to my house to get the Band-Aid. And I told the lady that works there, or one of them, that, yeah, I have a tattoo, and that's why I'm doing that. So I was speaking, kind of walking and doing my regular exercise routine in the pool, and one of the other staff members walked up to me and just said, "What's wrong with your shoulder?" Because I've got this Band-Aid over my tattoo. And I said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with me. There's just a tattoo that I'm trying to cover up," because I know some people, maybe they might be offended by that, or they would have a problem with that. Again, there's a lot of older people that go to the pool where I am. I'm basically the only young person there. Everyone else is over 60 years old. So they have fun with me anyway, but just something like that might be a little bit kind of out of place, or might make some people uncomfortable. Anyway, so she was saying that she was actually impressed that I put on the Band-Aid, and I was like, I'm just trying to do that. I don't want to cause any trouble. I'm just here to exercise, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But obviously, I don't really want to wear the Band-Aid because it's a pain in the ass to have to wear this Band-Aid. But it was interesting that she was talking about the idea of the culture and saying that it's very good of you to respect other people in that way. And so what she's really saying, she's praising me for understanding a part of Japanese culture. And it gets me thinking about, okay, I wouldn't necessarily praise someone for understanding that aspect of the culture in America. It's really great that you respect other people's feelings and things like that. It's not, it's important to do that in most places, but in America, that's not a top thing, as far as the things that you would praise someone about. You would praise them about their individualism and their desire to go out and do something even if other people are giving them trouble about it. So really the opposite kinds of things that you would praise someone about in Japan. But anyway, so it gets me thinking about kind of the typical idea that people have about the 5 people that you spend the most time with are kind of your personality. So if you take the average of those 5 people and put them all together as one person, then that's the personality that you have. So if you spend more of your time with wealthy people, you're going to develop a wealthier mindset, or the ability to understand how to make money better, lots of things like that. Or if you spend time around a lot of people that have no money, then you're going to develop the mindset of those people that don't really have much money. Now, from my point, I'm living in a small community, and I don't even have 5 people that I could really call on and be hey, these are my 5 people in my social circle or whatever, certainly outside of my family. But what I do recommend doing, and if you're in a situation like that, recommending or knowing that you are in a situation where you have to connect with other people and that those people are going to influence you, you can get just as great of an influence from people by reading what they write in books. So when you're kind of spending time with me like this on these videos, or we're reading things, whether it's to improve your English or just to learn more about life or anything else, even just to enjoy a great story, you get the you're kind of absorbing that part of the person, their ideas, their ways of doing something, their ways of speaking, just by spending time with those people. And so you don't have to live in an area like I don't. I don't live where there's no I don't live in Silicon Valley where everybody has their own company and there are lots of people doing things. I just live in a small town in Japan. So I have to depend on the internet and the library and going to bookstores and other things like that to get lots of information. But I used to worry about, well, maybe I'm not developing my mindset as well because I don't have specific mentors in my physical area that I can speak with all the time. But the more I started seeing success in what I was doing without having to think about that, the more I realized, wow, I'm really I have access to all the information in the world, and so do you. So you don't have to think about how should I be learning English or how should I be doing this? You go online, you search for it, you try a few things, figure out what works, and then you continue working on that until you reach the success level that you're looking for. So the kind of person you are is the kind of person that you associate with, but it doesn't physically need to be some kind of person in your local area. So spend time with the greatest minds about business or the greatest minds about fluency, the greatest minds about instruments or, anything else. But you can do all that through learning online and through books, through videos, things like this, and then actually try to reach out and connect with those people. And if you can do that, and it's going to help you get much more excited to learn and get fluent faster. So think about the connections that you do have and think about where your ideas are coming from, because the people that you connect with, whether it's in person or you're learning through books or other things, those are the things that are really going to affect how you develop and what your personality will be like. Well, that's it for me in this lesson. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, do click that like button, become a subscriber to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Bye-bye. To continue learning, click on the link in this video to download Speak English Naturally, our free guide to speaking and sounding like a native English speaker. The guide reveals the 3 most important kinds of conversational English you must learn if you want to sound native, and will help you experience instant improvement in your fluency and speaking confidence. To download your free guide on a mobile device, click on the link in the upper right of this video. To download your free guide from a computer, click on the link in the lower right of this video. I look forward to seeing you in the guide.